Ladies and gentlemen, aren't these climate protests just infuriating? You've got these stupid hippies sitting in the middle of roads and stuff, preventing people from going where they want to go. The Sydney Harbour Bridge was blocked this year, with some crazy chick locking her head to someone's steering wheel. There's recently been some protests in London, where a bloke was trying to get his wife to hospital, and there's a bunch of smelly, stupid climate activists blocking him. It's just infuriating. But finally, we have some Schadenfreude. I think that's how you say it.
Schadenfreude.
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 You know, where you get pleasure from someone else's misfortune? And we will delve into it right after this quick sponsor.
Schadenfreude.
It's true carnage in the stock market, unlike anything we've ever seen. The average stock is down 41.7% from its 52-week high, meaning that stocks will have to rally 71.5% now to get back to its high. With more interest rate hikes expected, Morgan Stanley, Deutsche Bank, and others are warning of another 25% slide in stocks. Meanwhile, gold is only down 8%, so it's proven to be a source of protecting wealth and a hedge against inflation. Billionaire John Paulson said recently that gold will rise when the US Fed fails to get inflation back to 2%. When the Fed admits inflation has won in a knockout, gold will soar. Call the Patriot Gold Group today before it's too late. Mention Bearing sent you, and you'll get best-in-class service from Patriots protecting Patriots. Patriot Gold Group has a no-fee-for-life IRA, where your IRA or 401k can be in physical gold and silver, and you may be eligible for the no-fee-for-life IRA on qualifying rollovers. Call US 888-298-5446 for a free investor guide today. Patriot Gold Group is Consumer Affairs top-rated gold IRA dealer 6 years in a row. So call US 888-298-5446 or visit the link in the description. So here's a video of a climate protest on the 15th of October in London, and the insufferable meter on these smelly bastards is just through the roof. Here, watch this.
Move out the way! I'm gonna run you over! Move out the way now! Move out the way!
Wildly excessive.
Standing there watching! Yeah, I'm not. Move out the way! You're standing there watching! You can't do that! What?
Okay, so you're stuck on this road. You can't go forward because there's these dirty hippies blocking the road. It looks like a one-way street, and you can't go backwards either because it's all blocked up with traffic. I'd be inclined to drag them off the road too. I've got stuff to do. Get out of my way. But it gets worse. Look at this.
She needs to get to the hospital. Get out of the mate. Phone has got sent up. Alright? She's not well. Get out of the way.
He said he needs to go to the hospital. I just left him on side.
Mate, my missus is not well, mate. Yeah, I'm trying to get to the I've got like this doing. Don't mind, mate. Like this doing. Have some respect for other people, not just yourself, yeah? There's other people that need to get places.
So this bloke in the van's wife is sick. He's trying to get her to the hospital, and these dirty, smelly hippies are like, where are you gonna go? Where are you gonna go? Oh, it's infuriating.
Schadenfreude.
So anyway, you get the gist. But the main story we're here to discuss today, and the real Schadenfreude, is this article from news.com.au. VW climate protesters demand bowl to urinate and defecate in after gluing themselves to the floor. Climate protesters who glued themselves to the floor of a Volkswagen showroom have demanded a bowl to urinate and defecate in. So the gist of it is, right, these climate protesters go into this VW showroom and and they glue their hands to the floor, trying to make a statement. See, usually when this happens, the cops come in or security guards come in and they rip their hands off and they move them on their way. But in this case, they just said, all right, you glued yourself to the floor, live with it. And so they're stuck there literally for hours and hours and hours. The showroom shuts down for the night and they're like, all right, have fun, guys. And these protesters are like, well, can we at least have a bowl to piss and shit in? And they're like, nah. You made your bed, lie in it.
Schadenfreude.
All right, let's have a look. Climate protesters who glued themselves to the floor of a Volkswagen showroom in Germany need to use the toilet, but now complain the company has refused to provide the group with a bowl to urinate and defecate in. Gianluca Grimalda, a researcher with Kiel Institute think tank and member of climate protest group Scientist Rebellion, posted on Twitter on Wednesday that 15 people had occupied the Porsche pavilion at the Autostadt Museum, adjoining the car maker's factory in Wolfsburg. 9 of us glued to the floor and some of us on hunger strike until our demands to decarbonise the German transport sector are met, he wrote. Volkswagen told us they supported our right to protest, but they refused our request to provide us with a bowl to urinate and defecate in a decent manner while we are glued, and have turned off the heating. Yeah, well, they shut for the night. Dickhead. Oh, and so here's his tweet and there's a video here.
I'm Gianluca Grimalda. I'm a researcher in social psychology at a research institute in Germany, and I'm here in the Porsche pavilion in the Autostadt of Wolfsburg to denounce the responsibility of Volkswagen in the climate emergency that we are facing. Volkswagen is the largest car manufacturer in Europe and the second largest in the world. And the transport sector, the car sector, has a huge responsibility in the climate emergency. There are 12% of CO2 emissions that come from the car sector. So we are here with 8 other members of a Scientist Rebellion and with the 6 people who are helping us to demand the acceptance of the demands of our campaign.
Oh, he's just talking about their campaign. I was really hoping he was going to talk about how they're shitting and pissing themselves. That would have been fucking funny. Anyway, let's continue. He later complained, we can't order our food. We must use the one, I think he means we must use the food provided by Volkswagen. Okay, so Volkswagen are feeding you. You didn't even bring your own food. You didn't bring your own shit bucket. You didn't bring your own food. You glued yourself to the floor. What did you expect to happen? Lights off, random unannounced checks by security guards with bright torches. Police just came in, he wrote. Well, yeah, they're a car showroom. They're going to have security there. I mean, what did you expect from a hunger strike? Did you want security to bring you a bucket of KFC chicken dippers?
Have you tried these new chicken dippers? They're quite good, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, they're really good.
Yeah, what sauce are you going for? Ooh, I think it's barbecue.
I can't take it. Chicken dippers!
I mean, I guess once you're finished, you could use the same bucket to shit and piss in. But no, fuck ya. In the final update around 2 a.m. local time, Grimalda shared a photo of the group getting ready for the first night of sleep. It was unclear whether the group had urinated or defecated at that point. Grimalda's post generated little sympathy online, and so it shouldn't. Oh dear, so having caused other people to miss appointments and essentially everyday things, you're now missing your appointments with the toilet and can't get essentials like food. Funny thing, karma, one Twitter user wrote. On its website, Scientist Rebellion calls for non-violent civil disobedience to demand emergency decarbonisation and degrowth facilitated by wealth redistribution. Communism. That means communism. To achieve decarbonisation at the required scale demands economic degrowth, at least in the short term, reads a demand letter with more than 200 signatories. Oh, 200? Oh, you're a heavy hitter, aren't you? This does not necessarily require a reduction in living standards. For a just transition, the cost of degrowth must be paid for by the wealthiest, who have benefited enormously from the current destructive world order, while others have faced the consequences. A just transition to a sustainable political system requires the wealth from the 1% to be used for the common benefit. Communism! It comes after a wave of high-profile protests and disruptions by climate protesters, including the blocking of traffic and defacing priceless artwork. Earlier this month, 25 members of Just Stop Oil were arrested after blocking traffic in London. In the 6th consecutive day of protests by the group, footage on social media shows outraged motorists clashing with protesters, in some case physically dragging them off the road.
Schadenfreude.
The climate crisis has a disproportionate effect on people who are already marginalised, including queer people. Oliver Clegg, 19, a student from Manchester who glued his hand to the road, told The Guardian. Oh, the climate crisis disproportionately affects the queers. Do pray tell, explain how? The climate crisis is a queer issue, and we're not going to stand by and let it happen. Yeah, the climate crisis is a queer issue. Civil resistance is a potent expression of queerness. We encourage queer people to join us in civil resistance. Oh, give me a break. I can't fucking stand these people who like piggyback their own fucking things onto like other things. Climate change is a queer issue. Capitalism is a feminist issue. Road rage is a trans issue. What? What the fuck are you talking about? I mean, don't explain it at all. Just say it, and then it's so. Last week, 2 protesters with the same group were arrested after throwing tomato soup on Vincent van Gogh's Sunflowers painting at the National Gallery in London. I saw that video. That was cringe as all shit. Here, let's have a quick look.
Security.
What is worth more, art or life? Is it worth more than food? Worth more than justice? Are you more concerned about the protection of a painting or the protection of our planet and people?
In Australia, protest group Blockade Australia staged a series of major disruptions earlier this year, including blocking the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. Marley Cooper, 22, who made headlines after allegedly locking her neck to a car steering wheel in the Harbour Tunnel in June, had all her charges dropped last month after her lawyer argued she suffered from climate change-induced anxiety. Oh, God. You know what? That is perfect. I'm just going to not pay my mortgage for like a year, right? And when they foreclose and they take me to court, you know, to get a court order to auction my house, I'm going to go, Your Honour, see, I couldn't pay because I couldn't work, because I have climate change anxiety. Anyway, how much anxiety has this bitch got if she's willing to lock her head to some guy's steering wheel in the middle of the Harbour Tunnel? Come on, give me a break. You're in a tunnel, for Christ's sake. How much petrol fumes and shit is in there? But you've got climate change-induced anxiety. Anyway, I thought this was funny. Climate change is a queer issue, somehow. If you've got any comments, leave them down below or at my super duper gay half stepbrother-in-law's Twitter account, bskills. That's with 3 L's and an at the start. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Ta-ta. Goodbye.
Recession, session. Give me better times, give me better times. Recession, session.